unconventional methods to receive conventional results. Okay? And this is why I said the road less traveled has a meaning all of its own. Metaphorically speaking, it means acting independently, freeing oneself from the conformity of others, generally making your own choices, and perhaps leaving a new trail that will become the road more often traveled. I know a lot of you in here would agree that sometimes in your life you have to take the road less traveled. Going about doing the same things, producing the same results, yet hoping that you will get something new to happen by still doing the same things, right? Wanting a different outcome, wanting to see a change, wanting to do something different, but yet your mentality has got you locked in doing the same thing. Wow. Then there comes a time to look at the unconventional methods to receive conventional results. The word conventional is used as an accepted usage or way of behaving. Obviously, this has not worked, and here are some examples of people that had to take a new approach to things, okay? So, in John chapter 4, and it's 1 through 30, and I'll just give a little synopsis while you're turning there. In this scenario, Jesus is in Samaria and stops at a well to take a rest. And then along comes a Samaritan woman to draw water, like I'm sure she did all the time. Coming there about probably every day, meeting everybody, you want something to drink, right? Now, she knows that Jesus is a Jew because she asked the question, why do you ask me for something to drink? When she already knew that the Jews did not have any dealings with the Samaritans. But this is her good day. Now, this all happened in the 6th hour, and I thought it was noteworthy to talk about the number 6, which represents the number of man, and it represents our human incompleteness. When you know all that time she's been walking about incomplete until this day, when she came on the 6th hour at the well to meet Jesus to be complete. So that's a story all in itself. And even in Colossians 2 and 10, it states that we are complete in him who is the head of all principality. So when we think that we can be complete in ourselves, we only truly come to that completeness and that perfection and that fullness and that wholeness only when we meet Jesus. Excuse me. On this day, if she had not talked to Jesus, for one, the revelation would not have even come about who he is. Right. She had been going there, and if you read the story, she's thinking in the beginning, she's just talking to somebody until he starts revealing things about who she is, about her past and things that she has done. And later on down there, she starts talking about the Messiah. And yeah, Jesus is like, yeah, this is me. Today is your day to be made whole, to be made complete. About any other day of the week, you could have been out there. So that's just telling me that sometimes even when we least expect things, when we're doing our regular old routine, that regular old accepted way of doing stuff, sometimes surprise, here comes Jesus in on the scene to make us whole. Yes, he will. Because a little snippet about myself is, I thought I was free in Jesus. I did. I was preaching about being free in Jesus, and I was telling people I am so free in Jesus when I was really bound and yoked up. Come on, be real. I felt free. I probably looked free. All that stuff that I'm doing, you know, shaking myself loose. I'm hollering, I'm crying, I'm rolling, I'm all this. I probably looked free, but just it took a minute for me to sit down and really think about some things like, okay, I feel like I'm stuck. How can I be free when I feel like I'm stuck? Like I feel like I'm not moving in my walk. I feel like I'm not prospering in anything that I do. That's the bondage that I was in. Just a little snippet about myself. Now, sometimes we have to talk to someone who you may not have otherwise talked to before or been accustomed to talk to, because we don't know what somebody might have in their mouth to help you get free. We may look at them and see that, well, they're not a pastor or they're not a teacher or, you know, they're not a prophet, but that doesn't matter. If they've been saved and they've been in the Word, then then they got a word in their mouth. And you never know until you ask, because in James 4:23, on the latter part, it says, you have not because you ask not.
That's it.
A lot of times we might feel ashamed of what we go to somebody with a question with. Excuse me, but there aren't really any stupid answers because you don't know unless you ask.
That's right.
I don't think I ever want to get to a place where I can't ask.
Right, that's it.
I can't ask anybody something.
That's it.
That's why we all come together and we all work together, and every member of the body fit together and every joint supply. We need each other for something. It might not be spiritually deep how you want it to be, but everybody, each and everybody in here, we need somebody for something. So I'm glad to know that I need somebody.
Me too.
For something.
You're not by yourself, because and is it okay for us to raise our hand? Or,
yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're not by yourself. Everybody needs somebody, and we're not perfect people. We striving for perfection.
That's it.
And the Bible teaches us to be teachable. Always stay teachable. Always stay open.
Right.
To more information, more knowledge, more wisdom. Always stay there, because it may be something that you learn through it all. And it could be anybody. It could be this little child right here. She can say something in this class to blow all of our minds. Right now, God can use her.
That's
just
it.
like that.
That's it.
So yeah, I understand you, woman of God.
Amen. Everybody? Okay. Well, now I'm going to look at Luke chapter 8, verse 43 and 48 through 48. And, of course, we know that this talks about the woman with the issue of blood. So, while y'all getting it, Luke chapter 8, excuse me, and verse 43 through 48. Okay, we see that Jesus comes to gatherings where everyone was apparently waiting on him because they heard the fame of Jesus. They heard he was coming. And so they like everybody gathering around because we want to get something from Jesus. I know that's how I was, and I hope it still stay that way. I want to get something from Jesus. So this woman had exhausted conventional methods for her issue. She spent all her money with the doctors. We do that sometimes. We go to the doctor and try to find out what's going on and what's happening with us. So this lady had exhausted her conventional methods. She spent all of her money. And she knew that because of her issue, she was considered unclean, so she wasn't even supposed to be in the public that day.
So what is, because of her issue, because of the issue of blood, we're not supposed to go in the public.
Back then, she wasn't. But because she heard about Jesus, she thought, this is it. This is my one shot to get the help that I need. So, like I said, obviously she heard the fame of Jesus, so she knew that this was her only chance. And certainly she had great faith to even consider her life being stoned, because that's what they did to the people back then. But she put all of that aside, like, okay, I've done the same old thing for 12 years. I've been going to the physician, trying to get help for my condition. Now I'm all spent out. Ain't that something we got to wait till we get all spent out to go searching for Jesus? We got to wait till we get to the bottom of the barrel when we ain't got no other place now but to go to Jesus. So this is the type of thing that she did, and she was working her faith. Like sometimes do we work our faith when everything is good? When everything is good, when the bills are paid and the refrigerator are full and it looks like we're in good faith to everybody. The car is paid for, the children are fed and clothed, and it looks to everybody like we're using our faith. But when we get to the bottom of the barrel, we have exhausted all of our conventional methods and our conventional means. Are we still going to be in faith? Are we still going to do something that's going to require us to act